to show you my gizmo. I'll have to do it after I talk. That's a little weird. It said 69 degrees. Still says 69, 69.9. Oh, I could do it from here. There's my gizmo, 69.9. I don't know if it says it's raining or not. I don't know if it is raining or not. But it's very wet outside. It poured rain yesterday. We had flooding and got soaking wet in our travels. Some of my flowers got beat up, especially my petunias. That's too bad. But oh my gosh, it was crazy, and it was thunder. And we were at the store. I felt bad about that. So we went to Goods yesterday. We went to Aura's first. And did I say hi, Barbara? Welcome. I forget. Went to Aura's and moved some furniture out of the way so her carpet cleaner people could come. We will be stopping over there on our way to our walk today to move the furniture back. So her furniture will be in the right place. And then we went to Goods. Now, I did take a little bit of footage in Goods, and I don't know how interesting it would be to you guys, but I'll put it here. It isn't very long. And you can get a little taste of Goods. Goods is way bigger than I thought, and I'm a lying liar who lies. They do have clothes. So I was wrong. Goods does sell clothes. They sell everything. Everything. They sell hats. All kinds of lovely straw hats. Work gloves. So here we go through lawn and garden. And then right next to it is plumbing, and down the hall at the end you can get like, I don't even know what the heck that is at the very far end. And screen. Baseball bats at the end of the aisle. Oil, lubricants, hardware, locks, sporting goods down there, screws. Fancy ball jars. I don't even know what's over there. Pet food. Home living. So you can buy anything you need here. Dennis got bandanas. I got pencils and pens. You got ball jars. You could buy curtains, paint, brooms, towels, fabric that way, crafting stuff that way. It's a crazy, crazy place. Lots of things to buy. So we had an eclectic list for Goods that we had been working on. Make it sound like we were working on it for so long. We weren't. 2 days. But we got lye for Dennis to try to make soap. We had to ask for that. That was in the drain cleaning section where the drain cleaners were, but it's 100% lye. And I asked if it worked to clean drains. He said, I don't know. I don't think anybody uses it for that. I think they use it to make soap. But it was in the drain cleaning section. Dennis got lots of canning stuff, including a pressure canner. So he's planning on doing some serious canning, but he got 4 pallets or boxes of different size canning jars and lids. And I got a pen. I lost my pen that I was traveling with, And this is archival quality on paper, waterproof, chemical resistant, fade resistant. So, Bigma Micron pen. It's funny, when I was going to Idaho, I was walking next to a young woman who was, I guess when I landed in Boise, we started talking, and she said, oh, I work for that company, and she pointed to a sign that said Micron. I said, oh, do you make pens? Apparently they make computer chips. Apparently they are a competitor to Intel, and they make computer chips. I'm out of the business, let me tell you. I'm feeling very out of the business. We got dog toys. Pearl's got one of them. We got 3, but we only gave him 2 of them. But these girls have been bored. So we got a couple new toys. I said maybe we should take a couple of the empty husks out of the toy box. Because of course they get unstuffed and things. I mean, that's what they're for. Of course they do. So we got dog toys. Dennis got some bandanas. It was a very eclectic list. Oh, and I did find a plant stand. Although it's a short one. It wasn't exactly what I had in mind, but it will be nice to... Because I was worried that the flowers on the banister and the deck would have fallen over, so they didn't. It wasn't a windy event, but they could have. So anyway, we went shopping, and then next door to Goods is Shady Maple, where we got a few things and dog food, not too much. Excuse me. But the skies opened up while we were in Shady Maple, so we got wet. And it rained so hard the whole way home that we were passing people right and left who had pulled over waiting for the rain to pass because it was so heavy they were nervous driving in it. And visibility was not great, but I did okay. I drove under the speed limit and we got home, but there was thunder involved with that storm, and so we didn't want to we wanted to get home as soon as we could for poor Pearl. So we, open the garage door, pull in the garage, gather stuff in the garage from the car, get into the house, and no dog. Always a bad sign when there's no dogs waiting for you at the door. In fact, it's never happened before. So we come in the house like, where are the dogs? And Maisie comes waggling up because she's a waggler. And she waggles and we're like, yeah, there you are. Where's your sister? No Pearl. Pearl was nowhere to be found. Dennis went upstairs looking for her in all the rooms, all the bathrooms. I was behind the couch. I was under the dining room table, under his desk. I mean, we literally looked for her for 5 minutes. I was yelling down in the basement. I couldn't imagine she would have gone in the basement. She's afraid of the basement. I mean, I opened the back door in the pouring rain and yelled in the backyard in case I had locked her out of the house inadvertently, but I was pretty sure I hadn't done that. We were in a panic because, we were looking across the street to see if it looked like Dennis had her. We just were looking at each other and really panicking. And finally, I went upstairs and I found her in my closet. And my closet is not very big. And it has a door that closes normally. It doesn't have a sliding door. And she must have gotten in there and just in the process of turning around, closed the door. And when I went upstairs, I was relieved to see there was a little pee in the carpet upstairs, because when she gets really afraid, she pees. But that meant that she had to be in the house somewhere. We could find her. Anyway, I was literally over 5 minutes before we found her. And we were in a panic. She was very glad to see us, and I think she probably felt pretty safe in the closet. It was dark, and it, you know, has no windows or anything, obviously, although the neighbor next door has a window in her closet. Who wants a window in their closet? I suppose it's not a bad idea as long as the sun's not getting on your clothes. But it felt like a den, I'm sure, and she felt safe. She didn't seem... You know, I mean, I don't know how she would seem if she was panicky. She didn't act panicky when she saw me, and so. But she was glad we were home, and we were glad we found her. It was like, oh my God, it was crazy, so weird, so weird. So anyway, and it rained. We did have a break in the rain before we went to Aura's, and we were able to walk the dogs, so they did get a walk. I think it doesn't seem like it's actually raining out there at the moment, so I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get a walk in. But either way, we have to go and move Aura's furniture. Oh gosh, I didn't sleep last night. Not a good night. So it's July. Oh, I should have checked this morning in case I heard from Yvonne or Peggy about their prize. I should have checked. But also, beginning of the month, it would be time to change our inspiration pictures. And this is a picture that Lisa sent. A set of like 5 pictures at the very beginning of this whole thing. In fact, it was her pictures that inspired the idea of having inspiration pictures. And that was in the middle of April. And so our first set of inspiration pictures we had for 6 weeks. And then the set I've been showing with the long view of the green in Ireland that I've been showing was for June. And now it's July, and I thought, well, and felt like I've been doing a lot of painting in my sketchbook, and maybe I should do a painting. But it appears I can no longer do a watercolor painting without having some ink in it. I always was drawn to that from the beginning. I don't know if you remember. And I got a new pen. I bought 2 of them because I showed you. Oh, I am a liar. I bought 3. And I took one out and used it last night. This is number 2, I think, because I bought a 1, 2, and a 3. They all have different size tips. So Lisa had sent these wonderful pictures. Here is another one that I really liked a lot. And it's been in my mind to do it for a while. And so I did it last night. Dennis had his gaming last night. And so I did the houseboat or barge, whatever that is. Seems like it must be like a houseboat kind of a thing because it's got these windows. If it were a barge, would it have those windows and be painted so lovely? I don't know. But I've been thinking about it. I didn't get the angle on the boat just right. I have way too much roof on that boat, so I'm going to work on that a little bit in my sketchbook, I think, to try to get the boat right better. But I'm really happy with the picture. I think it gives you the idea of beautiful Ireland. I really want to go to Ireland someday. I really want to go to a lot of places, and it's so nice to have friends all over. I'm like, oh, I could go to Wales. I have a friend in Wales. Oh, I can go to Vienna. I have a friend in Vienna. Oh, I can go to Ireland. I can go to Australia. I can go to New Zealand and visit with a friend in Italy. You know, it's really nice to have a native guide when you're visiting somewhere. It makes all the difference. And it's so wonderful to have friends all over the world. And many places that I've never been and want to be. The other thing I did, which is not very lovely, but I'll show you because it is a sketchbook. I did a couple things in my sketchbook. My sister had given me all these different inks. So I tried them out with my dip pen. And she gave me 2 big bottles of ink like this. And that's what I did up here. The black soaked into the paper something fierce. The blue was better for writing, but as you can see, I put water. I just went down here with water just to see what would happen. And these are not waterproof. Now, the colored ones are waterproof. They did not smear at all. So that's good to know. But the black in that set, there are 7 colors here. The black in that set was no good. And so this is the black that came with the dip pen. It came in a little set with a tiny little jar of ink. And it is also not waterproof. So I discovered that, and I need to know that for when I'm using my dip pen. These are some paint colors that I've gotten recently, and I wanted to see what they were going to look like. This one was the one I just got in, I guess it was Uncle Eli's. I do not like it very much. It is extremely opaque and chalky looking, so I'll have to think about what that would be good for. I need to do a little test panel with all my paints so when I'm trying to figure out, thinking ahead on my paints, I can know more about them instead of using all the same ones. This is a picture Christy sent me, a door that she saw on her walk one day, and I painted that yesterday. Day before yesterday. So I was trying out my Japanese ink, and it wasn't working. So my brush stayed in there. See, that worked great. So it turns out this is not ink. This is just the pan. So that very light color in the background, that's me trying to turn this thing into ink. So I decided, let me go on YouTube and figure it out. This is not the ink. This is the ink. So you wet this and then rub the ink on as much as you need. So I have 2 sticks of ink, one here and the broken one. So after I watched the video and discovered exactly what the ink was, seems like it shouldn't have been that hard, but you know, well, you heard me tell you what I thought it was, and I was wrong. So then I was able to get more ink out of it, except I tried to write "Hello World," which is what you always do when you're, you know, your first program in any programming language is traditional. Traditionally, it is to say "Hello World," if it's a program that, you know, will actually create that sentence. But anyway, "Hello World" is, you know. And so I was able to get ink, and it says trying Japanese ink, big brush. Got a little on my next page. So obviously I need to do some work on that, and I don't think I want to do it anymore in my sketchbook. Did I show you my flowers? I don't think I showed you my flowers. These are Diplademia. Those are the flowers on my deck. Diplademia. They did those the other day too. All right. So now you're up to date on my sketchbook. And you're up to date on what happened. And oh my gosh, we were in a panic looking for Pearl. We could not find her anywhere. Oh my, it was terrible. It was scary. It was weird. It was so weird. Anyway, all right. So today we're moving furniture. It's a gloomy day. I think it's going to rain. It may have already started. It's going to rain today. But oh my God, it poured rain yesterday. And the ground was already a little damp. So we are now in muddy footprint season. And as it was raining yesterday, I thought, oh my gosh, there's so many places in the West that could use a little bit of this rain. I mean, I don't think it would be good for anybody to have that kind of downpour like we had. It would just run off. But it might put out the fire. Anyway. So, furniture moving is the only thing on the agenda today. I don't know what, I'm sure Dennis will be working on pressure canning something. I'll let you know. Please be careful. Please take good care of yourselves. Stay safe.